Marianne.
Hello, cosmetology instructors. Okay, so we have today our social, and we have the students coming in. We have 4 lunch periods during the school day during 4th period. So we have the students that come in, they're washing their hands. Let me go ahead and let this door go. So the students are in here. Hey guys, come on in. There's station back there and back there. Help yourself. So the students are in here. And they're coming in, so we have the nacho stations that's set up. So this is a nacho station here, and then they're pumping the cheese out, and then we've got desserts on the other side. And so it's just a day where all 4 grade levels are able to come in, and they're able to just kind of collaborate, mix and mingle. And then the desserts are over on this side. Here's some more of the students. And so we have these 2 dual classrooms, and we open the partitions. So that is, we have the table set up. Of course, we sanitize and do all the things. We don't have any lab stuff out, so we turn our classrooms into a little mix and mingle room. And then they get to sit down, hang out, eat their chips, and then after their lunch is over, they can go. Hello. Okay, so it has come to the end of the school day. Went by super fast. It was one of those days where you just want to have so much to do, had no time to do it. So my table is cleared off from today. We did henna designs with my freshmen. So we started working on the basic, like the fills, the petals, the different variations of them, and then we had the vines, the line of diminishing and ascending dots, and all of that. Okay, so that was just today. It was basic. So I have here my tracing paper. So we are going to then take tracing paper. I'm going to get chocolate pudding. You can use cholesterol with some food coloring, but chocolate pudding is fine. So, because it has kind of like the consistency of the henna paste. And so I bought these on Amazon, and they're amazing. You just have to really wash them very well, but they have a very thin needle to them. So the only problem is that I have to fill them up, because if not, it is a hot mess and a half. And I'm trying to close it here. But these are awesome. So they're just little henna applicator bottles you get on Amazon. So the kids are going to put the tracing paper. They're going to practice tracing over these particular designs to get the handle of how much pressure to squeeze out, how much product comes out, etc., etc. Because so that we're going to do that practice with that. I was going to before I had the bottles, I would use a Ziploc baggie, and I would put the colored cholesterol or gel. You can even use gel if you put a little bit of food coloring in there. You could also use anything really, Cool Whip, or what's that called, the icing. You can even do that. And so then I've got my other henna box down here. So we're gonna use real henna this year, first time ever. A little bit afraid about that because it's gonna stain. So I've got to really think about how I'm gonna teach it and how to teach the students how to use it properly. So that way their fingers are not stained, and so we can put gloves on and cover the tables, and if their smocks are in, so put their smocks. There's just a lot there. So we have this skin that I'm going to cut up, and so the very last project is that they're going to do the actual henna on the skin. I think I told you, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I told you this yesterday in yesterday's video. If so, I'm sorry. So these are the little cones of actual henna, and so teach them how to do the bottom, how much to squeeze. And to prepare for this, I would like for them to practice. So like I was saying, in the past I would use a zip baggie and put the product in there, cut a very tiny teeny hole, and then squeeze it out onto a transparency, which now I use a tracing paper. Same difference really. And then it's just easier to throw away if it's a tracing paper. And then they would get their practice. And then when I got the little bottles, those are just 1,000 times better. So I wanted to decorate my tabletop, but it's just too much in between classes. And so then I'm just gonna decorate this back table here, this countertop. And so I put my little henna things out. I usually would put like a table here, but that's just different this time. So I just put out, and so over time, so I don't know where Miss Martinez, I think, gave me this. And then I've got some books from Half Price Books, and they're just books about henna, the art of. So I got this one. And then I also have this one here. Those are my personal. I've got paper towels because we need plenty of it. I've got the bottles here. We're gonna put gloves out because we definitely are going to practice with gloves. So gloves, which I need to put gloves out on my tabletop, because whatever I have on my table is what they're gonna put on theirs, and if they don't see it on mine, then they don't pull it out. Okay, and so I've got the tracing paper. I've got this is I had gotten a little kit at some point, and mixing powder, I don't know what I did with it, but this is the instructions of the actual what came with the product. So I have it here for demonstration. Then I found this one, which had nail art, henna. It's a magazine clipping. And then they had henna on the hands. So we talk about how that design is, how basic it is, and how it looks very nice with that, with the matching jewelry. And then this other magazine cutout, she has henna on her hand with a little bit of the gems and the diamonds. So that was from, I think, Teen Vogue or 17 or something. And then we have this magazine cutout that is henna design, or not henna design, but body art. So we're talking about history of cosmetology, tribal. So at this point, this is where I did this project with the students, where it was a collaboration with World Languages, where they had like a whole tribal, they did a mannequin and a team of 3, and then they picked, I chose, you know, different part of the world, and they had to do some kind of tribe or tribal art on the mannequin with the hair and all of that. Anyway, that then transitioned into the wedding project, which they're both different now. So I probably will not do, because I don't teach hair anymore. I will not, and then I would teach braids back in the day. So we're gonna incorporate, they had to have a braid in the hair. Anyway, so that has all changed, but those are options. But that's why I have that. And then at Hobby Lobby, I found this, and it has some designs. So then when we do our photo shoot, they can use this as their background. So then I'll just lay out different things here so they can see that this was another one. Another little design with some elephants. So it's just like a table setup. It's not, I'm not using it. I just have to tell them, please be careful with it. Don't get it dirty, things of the sort. And then of course I've got some fans that have a little bit of the designs on there. There's a red one. Okay, and so they can use these for their photo shoot that we're going to have. And then what else do I have in here? Sometimes they would use this as a background. I have the eyeliners. I've got some henna designs. This is gonna go in my little journal. I have a video of what all is in here. Some glitter, sharpeners. I've got different little hands. We can do little hand design. This one, the actual body mark ink pen, I'll put this out as well so they can see it. So I just like to put things out so they can see what all is out there and available. And then I have this other one that's kind of world art that I used to use with that world project. Some extra skin. Anyway, so this is just kind of like my, I guess, my little fun. And I've got to get, reboot starts next week, so I'm going to get some kids to come in and help me wash these things so I can put this away, because that needs to go away. And then it'll just be nicer here. So I'm going to take this bucket and take it with me. I did restock my candy here, my candy jar. I'm getting low on candy, so probably within the next 2 weeks I'm going to run out. So then I'll probably go get some more, get another box. For now though, this box is going to go here. And then the henna and stuff will stay here so that kids don't dig into it and start pulling things out or whatnot. So in September, we have our wedding project, so we're gonna work on that as well. So that was for freshmen. Wanted to get that done and ready today so that next week I'm ready to go. We don't have book work next week for freshmen because history, cosmetology, the chapter book vocabulary and questions are very, very small. 3 questions, 1 vocabulary word. So we're not going to have a chapter next week. But there are chapters that we're going to go along with and continue. I'm just running a little behind on time, so I'm not going to do chapter 2 next week. I'm going to try to finish the henna, history, cosmetology, so that I can get into brows, because after henna, after the henna designs, then we're going to do the henna brows and then get into brows. So I'm excited about that. Or get into brows and then do the henna to connect that, to bridge it together. Anyway, and then we did nail structure for the anatomy of the nail for the 10th graders. We did cuticle care. We did vocabulary for chapter 9, structure and growth this week. And we're gonna do questions Monday. So I've got these papers to give back. If there's students that were absent that didn't fill their containers, this stuff is here, but that stuff is going to go away, because then we're going to move on next week to the starting some of the business part of prepping, and then anatomy of the hands, nail shaping, anatomy of the hands and feet, and then start our spa treatment. So that is coming up. I'm super excited for that and getting ready for salon day. Got my papers back here that I seriously need to go through. I'm going to take this bag home again. I literally have taken it home probably 3 times and brought it back probably 3 times because I have not gone through it. I have got to go through it. That is going to be my goal, my number 1 goal for this week, and mainly because I need to get my packet for the brows going. I want to revamp it, so I need to really work on that. So I'm going to gather my things so I can go ahead and get going. And it was definitely a very productive day, very busy, very, very hectic. I didn't get hectic as far as like we had that event in the morning and the afternoon with the students. Hectic in the sense that I didn't really get, hectic in the sense, let me repeat, that it was more about the students today. It wasn't really about let's get things done that we need to get done. So mentally hectic because you're like, oh my gosh, I've got things to do and I gotta get going and I can't do them. So that was kind of like, it was a little mentally draining because, got grades I've got to put in and do, and I haven't had time to, and it gets to be a lot after a while. And I say that all the time, but it's a constant feeling of that overwhelming of, it's just so much. And you feel like you do things and you feel like, okay, I'm caught up, I'm going to get caught up, and then you don't get caught up because new things happen or new projects are coming up or new activities, or like I've got to go get alcohol because I've spent my budget and I forgot to order alcohol, and we're not going to get alcohol, but we need alcohol for all of the jail stuff. And so I've got to go to the supply store and get alcohol. I've got to finish these papers for orientation, like all their folders, getting that. I haven't had time to sit down to do it. I've got my bucket of to-do lists. There's just like you get one thing done from there, but then like 10 more things pile on, and then you get 2 things done and like 5 more things pile on, and then it's just a continuous thing. And I find myself like when I sit on my way home or whatever, I like listen to the videos just to see like what my order is, or what do I sound like, or what do I look like? I look crazy. But just to kind of look at all those things, and I'm like, man, I'm always busy. there's always something, and it's because there is always something. And you really do try to, or at least I really do try to catch up, and I really do try to like get ahead and do things, and I feel good. I do, and I feel good. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. I feel like I've advanced a little bit, and then you turn around and you're like, oh, never mind. I just got behind with, you know, all the things that I was doing, or all the new things that now I need to do, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And then we have father-daughter braid workshop. I've got to get the filter for the Image Expo. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. If I could literally just teach, I think it would be great. But there's all the other fun extra salon day activities and that just take up so much time. But if you don't do those things, then your program isn't what it is. You know, like it's just, if we didn't do the collaboration, like there's a different feel between the students today. They got to mix and mingle, which they don't always get to do within our department. So they got to do that today. It was really fun. They really enjoyed it. The ones that came, there's some that didn't come, and that was okay. But it was just fun. It was just a different atmosphere. Miss Amy, Miss Valaire, and myself, we were able to stand in the hallway and chit chat, which we don't always get to do because we're always so busy. And so it was just a nice break. It was an interruption in the regular school day of the things that we do, but it was a needed break. So it was good to have, and it was positive to have. And you should have those kinds of days because it can't always be work. But it's kind of like a give and take, right? You give a little bit, or you take a little bit, and give a little, take a little, take a little, give a little. Okay, it's just ongoing. All right, so I'm gonna pack it up. It's 3:30. I'm leaving a little bit early today because if I sit down, no matter what project I'm working on, it's gonna take me a long time. So I'm just gonna take home whatever I can, go home, get my kid, chill a little bit tonight. Hopefully when he goes to sleep, it's a weekend, so I can stay up and I don't have to, get up super early in the morning. So I can stay up and kind of just chill and relax and go ahead and try to get some work done. So I'm going to do that. All right, you guys have a great weekend. Hope you're having fun in your school year and it's going great for you. If you need any help, reach out. Nice seeing you. Take care. Bye. All right, so it is still Friday. I'm still at school. It's closer to 4. I don't know what time it is. 3:20. No, 3. It's after 3:30. And this is me. My Amazon orders came in. Some of the stuff that was ordered yesterday. I put in 5 orders. So I went to get the cart because I was on my way out, and so I got the email, and she was like, you got different packages, and I thought, oh my gosh, okay, I was expecting the t-shirts, but then this came in, and I was like, you know what, let me just go get it now, because I can do something about it now. Monday morning, I'm going to be rushed, I'm going to want to do it, and let me just get through this now. So I went to the cart, and then I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and pull. A student needed a new box, because she lost the locker combination to the box, so luckily we had an extra one, so pulled the box, reminded me of that. That was a good thing because I need to pull it out. But then I was like, let me go ahead and bring the smocks out so I can pass them out on Monday. So we can start Monday. And then I went to get the car, which is the point why I went to the closet in the first place, so I can go get my stuff. And then I walk into the little room and it's like this, all of this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So see, it's it's a good never ending. I mean, of course it's awesome. It's just never ending. So now I've got 15 minutes before it's 4. Something's leaking. I need to open this. I'm gonna set the timer at 15 minutes. I'm gonna try to get as many of these things as possible so that I can get this packing slip out so that I can give it to Miss Lisa, so she can pay and do all the things. 15 minutes, ready, set, go. All right, so it is literally 4 o'clock. Got the last box. So what I do is just open it. Right now I'm just putting all the things back here, back there. And what my main thing is that I need to make sure to get the packing slips. So these things, packing slips. I'm gonna take all of those. I'm gonna take them home so that I can put them in the order. Like there's like a certain format that we use when we turn in our packing slips. A certain way we need to do it. And so then, because I'm not gonna have time next week to do it, I'm gonna take it home and do it at home so that it's done and I'm done, right? I don't have to mess with it during the week. And then now that I saw what the items were that did come in, I am better prepared for changing any lessons if I needed to, because now I know what came in. So I stacked up all the boxes nice and neat as best as I can, so that way when the custodians come to clean up, it's nice and neat. They don't have all this load of stuff they gotta take with them. So I need to take these home. I think there's still some pallets missing, but these are the new pallets, the new gel pallets. I need to take them home. They're different colors. I want to see what colors I got, if they were true to what I saw on the screen. So then that way the lessons that I have planned for this one to use with these, can I really do that lesson? And did I really get what I saw on the screen when I ordered it? So there's a partner thing that I'm gonna do with it. So I don't have time right now. I'm gonna take them home with me. I'm also going to take home the Halloween. Now, what I take home, I bring back. Just saying it, okay? It's not mine, I didn't pay for it, it's not my money. I take it home, I look through it, I package it. Sometimes, like for example, these little nail accessories, these are Halloween. These are also Halloween, and these are little charms Halloween. I'm gonna take them home. I'm going to take some baggies home, pre-package them, like I did my Barbie, and then see what all is in here and see what I can plan with this. So I'm gonna take that home so I can dig through that, organize that. I'm gonna take all of my little bits here home so I can put them the right way, and Monday morning I can turn these in so Miss Lisa can do her thing. So I'm just going to clip them all together, okay? And I also have printed, which I didn't print all of them, I printed most. I printed my Amazon orders, so that way I can compare what do I have and I can check it off my list and what is missing. Things of the sort. There was one thing that was broken, is a jar of salt. I cannot use that. I have to return that because that jar of salt, I think was like 20-30 bucks. First of all. Second of all, it's a broken glass and it's like Himalayan pink salt. I can't use that. I'm not gonna pick through, which I thought I would just pick through with it. I can't pick through the salt to take the glass out. It's kind of shattered, it's not just broken, so I've got to return that. So I'm saving the box and the 2 oils that came very badly wrapped. But anyway, so that is what I'm taking home from this. I'm gonna go put this in the hallway. Gonna grab my kid's snack and his juice, and then I'm gonna go. All right. And then I'm for real leaving now. Hopefully nothing stops me on my way out the door and I can leave the school. So you guys have a great one. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.